Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1970 Seattle Pilots What If Scenario. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Seattle Pilots at Brainiac Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Gary Ignasiak, whose record is 12-14 with a 5.55 ERA. And pitching for the Pilots is John Gelnar, whose record is 2-7 with a 5.78 ERA. Okay, we wrapped up the month of August yesterday with an 11-9 victory over the Tigers. We walked it off in the 12th inning thanks to a Deron Johnson 2-run home run, his 28th of the season. We've won the first two games of the series, and we flipped the calendar to September, where we welcome all of the September call-ups. And we're going to get right to bringing call-ups into the game. We'll take a look here in advance. Now, if you didn't watch the secondary video last night where we summarized the month of August, we looked at the standings, we looked at the league leaders, and then we did cover the call-ups. We'll just gloss over that pretty quickly here. We're facing a lefty today. So here's our lineup versus lefties. We're going to get Greg Pryor right into the game. Also, John BOCCABELLA will be the catcher today. And as I mentioned in the video last night, the only player that I'm really interested in finding out what he has to offer is Greg Pryor. I think that he could be the third baseman of the future. In theory, he has Aurelio Rodriguez in front of him, and he's a couple years older. Rodriguez is than Pryor. They're not that far in age, so we can't really have both. One of them will have to be the everyday starter, and that'll probably be Aurelio next year, and then we may have to try to turn one of these into something better for our team in the future. So we're going to give Greg Pryor a chance today. We'll probably give BOCCABELLA and Duffy Dyer an opportunity to start a few games at catcher. Johnny Jeter will probably work his way in. And everybody below him, from Whitaker, Holman, Pointer, Jestad, Hermoso, they will all be pinch hitters or late game replacements if the game is out of hand. Otherwise, we are still going to stick with the players that we have for the most part because we are still trying to win technically, and also they are still trying to accumulate stats. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about for our batters. Our pitchers, again, if you didn't see the video yesterday, we have Ruthven and Leonard who will be making the next two starts against the Senators. Here is our bullpen. It's the best we have to offer, unfortunately. We've already relegated Fred Gladding to the last chair in the bullpen. He's not going to get a chance. The problem that we have is that we have nothing but lefties. So that's great for us when we have one-on-one lefty matchups. And I'm sure that Stevenson and Gary Timberlake will both make their Major League debut. Just want to make sure that they haven't already. They have not. So I'm sure they'll make their Major League debut. But otherwise, this is who we have to offer. This is who we're going to stick with, and hopefully they'll be able to produce for us, and we can get a few victories. I also mentioned in the video yesterday that to keep in mind that we will be having the end of the year final giveaway, which of course is free to all subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, get in on that. There'll be 3 prizes. The grand prize, I'm sure, will be something fantastic. I just don't know what it is yet. We got plenty of time. We got 2 weeks to kind of put it together, and I'm sure that I will in that period. Also, we have at least 4, maybe even 5 doubleheaders that we have to do. And so I'm certain that we will have a doubleheader versus the Senators in the 4-game series we have there. We're only playing the American League East. We do not have to play the Red Sox anymore this year. But we do have another 4-game series versus the Tigers. So let's go ahead and wrap up this series. We'll get the game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. I'm excited about Greg getting a shot today. Tomorrow's Ruthven, and then Leonard after that. Now, because yesterday's game went long, technically we're missing Ron Herbal and two left-handers. Ramon, and Locke is still recovering from his last start. So we got plenty of lefties in the bullpen. Being down Herbal means we only have Peters and Bucky Brandon and, God forbid, Fred Gladding. So we'll have to make the best of it here. And then we have Gary Ignasiak, who's a left-handed pitcher. So we have our lineup in there versus lefties, which is a primarily a righty lineup. We're trying to get Joe Pepitone as many at-bats as we can down the stretch. And Jose Cruz is hitting lefties well. He's hitting everybody well. Okay, and then we are going to go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Detroit Tigers. You see Dick TRACEWSKI here making his season debut. Just for shits and giggles, I went to every single team in our sim to see if there were any September call-ups that were moved right into the lineup. And with a lot of these bad teams, like the Tigers, like the Padres, like the White Sox, they have moved players right into the starting rotation and also into the daily lineup. So at least we'll see some new faces here as the season runs its course. Here's the lineup for today for the Detroit Tigers. Batting leadoff in center field is Ron Woods. Batting second in right field is Jim Northrup. Batting third in left field is Mike Derrick. Batting cleanup and catching is Tim Hosley. Batting fifth at first base is John Young. Batting sixth at third base is Don WERT. Batting seventh at shortstop is Tommie MATCHIK. And batting eighth at second base is Dick TRACEWSKI with the pitcher Ignasiak in the number 9 spot. John Gelnar, he has been a hard luck pitcher all year, making his 19th start. That is a career high. He is 2-7 with a 5.78 ERA. With one more out, he'll have a career high innings pitched. Only 47 strikeouts in those 95 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .311 against him. Fastball topping out at 90 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 43.5%. The fastball, the only pitch he's got that's any good, rated an 81. Overall rated is 77. The 27-year-old righty is arbitration eligible after next year. Looking at his log, I mean, we know what to expect from him at this point, right? You give us 4, you're going to give up 4. And if we're lucky, maybe we only give up 2, So we cannot expect more than 4 innings from John Gelnar. So he's not going to hit the century mark today in innings pitched, I don't think. Let's take a look at our defense. Got to love Greg Pryor at third. He's very good defensively. Not as good as Rodriguez, but more than, his 89 rating is better than more than half of the third basemen in the league already. He's got a little help from Belanger at short today. We have our below average second baseman, Sutherland, and we have Johnson at first. He's actually gone up a tick. Behind the plate is BOCCABELLA, who's at league average fielding, but his arm is only rated as 78. So they may be running against us today. Okay, here we go. Ron Woods leading it off versus John Gelnar. Full count, and Woods strikes out looking. So 1 on the board for Gelnar in the strikeout column. Next man up is the left-handed hitting Jim Northrup. Routine ground ball to second for out number 2. And Mike Derrick getting some extended playing time, had a home run in game 1, and he strikes out looking. That's about as good as you can expect from Gelnar. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at our lineup rundown for today's ballgame. Batting leadoff, playing second base, is Gary Sutherland. Batting second in left field is Jose Cruz. Batting third in center field is Tommie AGEE. Batting cleanup, playing first base, is Deron Johnson. Batting fifth in right field is Joe PEPITONE. Batting sixth, making his major league debut, is Greg Pryor at third. Batting seventh and catching, making his season debut, is John BOCCABELLA. Batting eighth at shortstop is Mark Belanger. And batting ninth is the pitcher John Gelnar. Gary Ignasiak, this guy pitched one game, I believe, in his entire major league career. And he's making his 32nd start in our sim. He's only 21 years old. He's 12-14 after losing 22 games last year. He's got that .555 ERA. Look at the walks. 145 walks this year versus 141 strikeouts. He's walked 172. Opponents are batting .252 against him. I mean, he's given up 146 runs. He does have 4 complete games. The fastball is topping out at 92 miles an hour, so a very solid fastball. Ground ball percentage is 44.7%. His fastball's rated a 93, a changeup at an 85, and a sidearm curve at 83. This guy should be an elite pitcher in this league, and yet these are the stats he's turning out. Overall rated a 94, the 21-year-old left-hander is arbitration eligible after next year. Oh, he's been pitching good. He's got back-to-back complete games, giving up 1 run in each of those starts versus Cleveland and the Senators. He's somebody to keep an eye on as our career progresses here. Second base is Dick TRACEWSKI, only rated a 62, well below league average at second. Of course, first base is Young. He is also below league average. And left field is Mike DERRICK, also below league average. HOSLEY behind the plate, I already forgot. 84 rated arm. So he's going to be tough to steal on. Okay, Gary Sutherland. At this point of the season, he's playing for a new contract. We need to get something out of him in this final month. Batting .332 versus lefties. He pops it up versus Ignasiak to short for out number 1. Next up is the left-handed bat of Jose CRUZ. He'll take ball 4. Now, CRUZ, he's just not been good stealing bases. I think he's 12 for 22. Yeah, 12 for 22 as a pilot. So we're not going to run just yet. We could score 5.5 runs. So maybe we'll have a chance. A pass ball by HOSLEY allows CRUZ to get to second. Runner in scoring position, 1-0 count to Tommie AGEE. He pulls it to left. It will be caught by DERRICK for out number 2. Jose CRUZ, aggressive tagging, going to third. 2 down for Deron Johnson, who looks like he found his groove again. Won the ball game yesterday, and he's got another, a 2-run home run, his 29th of the season, and it's 2-0 Seattle. Where has this guy been? I'm sure if you've watched the series, you know that he just all but disappeared, and now he's got 7 home runs in his last 20 games, including, 4 in the last 6, including today. All right, great job. 2-0 Seattle. Here's Joey Pep. Batting average down to .220 versus lefties. 2-0 count and a line drive to TRACEWSKI for out number 3. So the Pilots jump on top, 2-0. And Tim HOSLEY will lead it off. He's the cleanup hitter. 11 home runs. The Tigers do have a bunch of guys they called up that they can work in. But as someone pointed out, I think it was Julio L., all their good players are on the bench, and it doesn't make any sense. It's good for us, though, as we should be able to keep these hitters at bay. As John Young gets a single. Runner on first. 1 out. That's the first hit for the Tigers. Here's the third baseman, Don WERT, striking out on a changeup in the dirt. 3 Ks for Gelnar. 2 down, and Tommie MATCHICK hits a single into center. Young will hold. And that's going to bring up longtime Tiger Dick TRACEWSKI. He was a third base coach, I believe, on the '84 Tigers, and a good friend of Sparky Anderson. And he did not play last year, so this must be the last gasp. He does have one more year that he's under contract, but that's his 1969 card, so he may not have played in the majors after that. Ground ball to first. That should get the Pilots out of it. It does. We go to the bottom of the second, and here it is. Greg Pryor, draft pick last year. That's not helpful. Sixth round pick, and he's the first from that draft to. Oh no, I'd say first batter to make the majors, but I guess Ruthven and Dennis Leonard have already made it there too, so that makes sense. And he strikes out. 1 out. John BOCCABELLA, not a very good hitting catcher. He does have some pop. You got him in a trade, I believe, with Montreal. And there's a base hit to center. Good job. BOCCABELLA's 1 for 1. Second hit for the Tigers today. Mark Belanger with 1 out. Ground ball to TRACEWSKI. They get the force at second with the catcher running, but Belanger beats it out. We're going to go ahead and run here. Oh, it's only a 62% chance. Okay. We're going to let Gelnar swing away. We don't want to get thrown out, change the momentum. I mean, it said 62%, but it's less than 50, right? We know that. It's highly unlikely. So we're going to let Gelnar just swing away. And he's going to double. Get down. No, it's going to be caught. I thought just for a moment we might be able to get away with that. We go to the top of the third, and the pitcher, Ignasiak, leading off. He's batting only 100 this year. Scorches it to center. Frozen rope. 1 out. Back to the top of the lineup with Ron Woods. Woodsy strikes out. It's 4 Ks for Gelnar. Who is this guy? There's a base hit. Northrop ripping it into right field. Third hit for the Tigers, and we're at Mike Derrick with a runner on first, 2 down. 2-0 count. Line drive to right, and that will be caught by PEPITONE. A very solid 3 innings so far. That's more than I really expected. We go to the bottom of the third with Gary Sutherland leading off. Get down. Sutherland could just not hit lefties anymore for whatever reason. I mean, we know what reason. The game is just evening things out. It's kind of annoying. There's a base hit for CRUZ. Beats out what probably should have been a routine play, but with TRACEWSKI at second. We'll take it. He's 2 for 2 today. Average at 335. I'm going to make a 1971 rookie card for CRUZ. I think that'll be fun. And then AGEE with a ground ball to short. CRUZ will beat it out at second. Good hustle. And here is Deron Johnson. He's got the big blast today. 29th home run. Oh, he just missed that one. Johnson flies out to the warning track in center field. We go to the top of the fourth. This is it for Gelnar. I mean, we probably should take him out right now. He's not going to be much better than he is right now. He's got the cleanup hitter HOSLEY. And they have the whole left, right going here, which is brilliant. That's what we try to do as well. It's tough to match up especially if you only have 2 righties in the bullpen. HOSLEY popping it up. That's a good one. We'll take that out. 1 down. John Young at the plate. He's got 1 of the 3 Tiger hits. Ground ball to first. 2 down, and Don WERT. Ground ball to second. Sutherland makes the play. Wow. I mean, we are basically... I think we have no other choice but to let him pitch the 5th. Let's just see what happens here with the lineup as Joe PEPITONE will lead it off. Ooh, that looked like ball 4. PEPITONE pops it into foul ground. 1 out. Here's Greg Pryor. Struck out in his first career at bat. Oh, no. Ground ball to third. He made contact. He's moving in the right direction. 2 down, and BOCCABELLA, he's got a hit. And give him another. Get down. Yeah, there we go. Go for 2. Oh, an error. Oh, crap. Well, good job by BOCCABELLA. 2 for 2 today. Hustles on the error by NORTHRUP. Let's see if Belanger can drive him home. Will Ignasiak intentionally walk Belanger? No, 1-2. And Belanger pops up as Freddie comments on a different game. All right, so we have MATCHICK, who's a tough out, TRACEWSKI, and the pitcher. I think he deserves a right to get through these 3. Only thrown 47 pitches. Okay, here we go. MATCHICK, 1-0. Fly ball into right. Come on, Pepe. Making the catch. Okay, I feel good about it now. Runner on. Oh, I'm sorry. That's 1 out. And Dick TRACEWSKI's up. 1-2 count. Ground ball to short. Belanger makes the play. And, of course, Ignasiak will step up to the plate with 2 down. 1-0. And pop it up. Wow, Gelnar. Holy smokes. It's like a career game for him. He's going to come out. We got all these bats to try. Let's bring in Johnny Jeter. He's not a good hitter, but he's great defensively. We'll take a little look at him here. Everything is below average, but his speed and his defense. So maybe he's better, more suited for a pinch runner, not a pinch hitter. Base it. Well, to get these scrubs in there, they all want to hit. Jeter on first, Gary Sutherland, good hit and run guy. 1-1 count. And a fly ball. Man, unbelievable how terrible he is. We're not going to steal. We do not want to get thrown out. Jose Cruz, there's a base hit. That could score Jeter from first. Oh, no, we have to even question whether he should go to third. Again, I feel like they're trying to bait us into a forced momentum shift. And I'm stupid enough to do it, but I'm going to fight it. First and second, 1 out. Cruz is 3 for 3 today. Here's Tommie AGEE popping out. I'll leave it up to Deron Johnson. You don't mind having him in this position. First pitch swinging. Base hit. That'll score Jeter easily. Cruz to third. It's 3-0 Seattle. So my patience is paying off. Instead of running ourselves out of innings, which I am prone to do, PEPITONE strikes out. That will end it. Okay. Good job by Johnny Jeter. We will bring in a pitcher. We'll bring in a lefty. And that lefty's name is... oh boy. Earl Stevenson. No. Let's go with Gary Timberlake. He's bringing sexy back. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, he's got a good fastball, rated an 86. Making his major league debut. We'll see how it goes. Ron Woods leading off 2-2 count. Popping it up. Belanger calling for it. Makes the catch, 1 out. Next up is Jim Northrup. 0-2. Striking out. Timberlake looking good. 2 down from Mike Derrick. Off the end of the bat into left center field. CRUZ ranging over, making the play. A 1-2-3 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Here's Greg Pryor. 0 for 2. Struck out, ground out, struck out. Yeah, boy. And the opposite of Greg Pryor, John BOCCABELLA, 2 for 2. Popping it up. What are the odds that Ignasiak's going to throw his 3rd consecutive complete game? I think it's pretty high. Belanger finally getting a hit. Yeah, we want to go for 2. Oh no, did I just sink the ship? No, 80% chance. And the guy's arm was, did it say 69 or something like that? Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? Ray Peters. Coming into the game. We got 2 righties here. If we get to WERT and we're in trouble, we'll go with the lefty. We got a lot of them. HOSLEY. Striking out. Good job. 1 down. Next up is John Young. Let's look at the in-game stats. Young's 1 for 2 today. There's a 1-0 count. Base hit. Okay. Oh, and an error by Jose Cruz. Fine. We'll give him the 1 run. There's nothing we can do to stop it. It happened. WERT popping up. Yeah. We'll let him pitch to MATCHIK so he can pitch to TRACEWSKI. We want to get him through this inning because he's supposed to bat next. So if we have to give up a run, we give up a run. Take a walk. Oh, no, base hit. Oh, good job by Belanger cutting it off. Wow. We're looking at a team shutout here. Peters coming up. Who else we got on the bench we've not heard from? One of the Pointer brothers. We've got Gary Gestad. I mean, let's go with this guy. He's got a 77 rating. That's higher than anybody else. That's a call-up. So I guess he deserves it. He had 5 at-bats. He got into 1 game last year for the Cubs. That's him right there. How'd he do in the minors this year? Ooh, bad in AAA. He's got power. He's got a couple eyes. Okay speed. And he can play left field average. Here we go, Aaron Pointer. Getting a shot. Oh, God. That looked, I'm embarrassed for him. That was embarrassing. 1 out. Here's Gary Sutherland. Completely forgot how to hit. He's in the previous Deron Johnson mode where he can't do anything right. 2 quick outs as Ignasiak's kind of settled in. And CRUZ is 3 for 3 with a walk. Okay, AGEE hitless today. Well, take a walk. That's only the second walk for a guy that's walked 141 guys. Come on. Next pitch will be 100 from Ignasiak. Deron Johnson, and he pulls it to third for out number 3. Top of the 8th inning. Okay. Bucky Brandon. Oh my gosh. We have to go with some righty. He's not been good. He's had a couple starts for us. He's walked a lot. I mean, TRACEWSKI is a chump. They'll probably pinch hit for Ignasiak. And then we have another righty. So, I mean, this is our only option. Here we go. Bucky Brandon. Dick TRACEWSKI. Who wants it more? That was dumb. Okay, so Wayne Redmond will pinch hit. I think he just had a hit yesterday, right? No, that was the first game. Okay. All right. Let's see. If they would have brought in a lefty here, that would have really gummed up the works. So we appreciate the right-hander. Bucky Brandon does get a base hit. Eh, boy. This is the last batter for Bucky. First pitch swinging. Nope. Thanks, game. Thank you. All right. Okay. Well, we'll bring in Ted Davidson. No, wait. Isn't Davidson bad versus lefties, even though he's a lefty? Yeah, this game is stupid. That's right. I forgot. I forgot the game is stupid. Well, I guess Bill Edgerton. I mean, he's already pitched in 1 game for us earlier this year, and he did really well. Bringing in the edge. Runner on third. This is going to be a pass ball, wild pitch, balk. Something, right? 1-2. Striking him out. Wow. In comes Fred Lasher. He's had a haircut every day based on this photograph. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Joe Pepitone leading it off. There we go. To the showers. 4-0 as Pepitone hits his 24th home run. He's also in the top 10 if you didn't watch yesterday's League Leaders video. Greg Pryor's looked pretty bad at the plate. Struck out twice. Oh, he struck out 3 times. Youch. He's no BOCCABELLA. BOCCABELLA 2 for 3. Flies out to right. And Mark Belanger with the pitcher spot up next. Fly ball to left. Okay, well. We'll bring in our closer, Danny Riddleberger. It's not a safe situation, but it will be. I mean, they have to score 1 run, right? Mike Derrick will lead it off. Yeah. Nope, that might stay in. Oh, at the wall. Oh, no. 1 down. Pilots on the verge of getting another shutout. One of the few they've had this year. There's 2 down, and it's up to John Young. 2-1 count to Young. Ground ball to Pryor. That's a lot of. That might have been a line drive, but we win 40-0. That's a good game. You gotta like this new squad we've got. Handshakes, butt slaps, not mistakes. Okay. Well, let's look at the standings as we're getting ourselves further and further away from the first pick. Now we're tied with Cleveland. Boy. We've won 4 in a row. I would rather win than not win. And it's fun to get these new guys in there and see what they can do. PRYOR, not a great start. The Mets are 2.5 up on Philadelphia. I looked it up. J.R. Richard, who's injured, will be back in 3 days. So they could still make a run on L.A. Let's take a look at the headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily. A's and the Orioles combined for 25 runs? We got to look at that box score, don't we? We're pulling it up right now. He must have did something good. What did he do? He had 2 home runs, 7 RBI as the A's won 14-11 over Baltimore. That was a slugfest. 3 home runs for the Orioles, 4 home runs for the A's. Greg Hademan, I think he's a call-up, right? Yeah. He's got no stats, so he's a call-up. And he sucked. Marcel Latchman, I think that was his first game too. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these late season call-ups getting it right into the ball games here. Chico Salmon getting the start for Davey Johnson at second. Okay, well, we know that. And transactions. Oh, Oakland loses their slugger. Nate Colbert done for the start of the playoffs, too. If they get to the World Series, he should be there. That was a good trade for them, by and large, but who's going to play first for... Will it be Hank Aaron? Can they get Hank Aaron into the ball game, please? Let's find out. First base, Ramon Webster. He's got his dictionary playing first base. That sucks. How do you... Look at Hank Aaron way down here. Can he play first? No. That's his problem. At this part of his career, he's not very valuable defensively. When we get to the DH 1973 season, maybe he'll make a final push, but I don't think we're going to see him much. Okay. Ramon. We're going to pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Player of the game is going to be Deron Johnson, another home run, his 29th. We might actually get a guy to 30 home runs this year. Joe Pepitone got his 24th. Hey, we have the starting pitcher get the win, and he was great. John Gelnar, 3-7, went 5 innings, did not walk anybody. We did not walk anyone as a team. And I mean, it's a whole different ballgame when you can do the matchup, right? The lefty-righties, that does kind of help out quite a bit. Okay, we're getting back to the quick hits here. This is quick hits number 8. I hope you got a chance to watch quick hits number 7 yesterday, which is which was the most watched video I've ever made. So if you get a chance, check that out. And we're moving on to tomorrow, where we have a new series versus Washington. It'll just be a solo game, and you will see Dick Ruthven. Dr. Ruth will make his major league first start. Okay, so until then, everyone, have a great day.